So here we are again, oil change day. Oil change day. On the Porsche, the way we're going to do it is we have an oil receptacle, this old forklift gas tank, and we have a gassed vacuum pump. So what we're going to do is one of these lines, let's see which one it is. One line goes from the pump, the vacuum pump, to the receptacle. The other one goes from the receptacle to the oil. This is the fitting that, I don't know where I'm at because I can't see. Let's see, can I see now? Yes, this I've got a plug in it. So you can tell by the color of that this is the oil end. That goes into the fitting I have down there, comes out of the oil pan. So it's going to go oil, got a quick connection fitting there with a plug in it. This plug goes to there where it says oil in. There's oil in. Set that there and that there, and then I have another plug here. This must be air in. So the air comes in here, my vacuum, and then this goes to my vacuum pump. So if this is open, and it's open, I should be sucking air through this thing. And yes, we are. I've got air sucking into this thing. So, oh wow, creates quite the vacuum. So the next thing I have to do is take my oil filter out because I don't want to put a vacuum on my engine block. So I'll take the oil filter out, plug this into my fitting underneath the car, and we'll start sucking some doggone oil. And this is our oil fitting that we installed 2 or 3 oil changes ago. So there's the oil fitting, and there's the valve, if we can see that, before the oil fitting. It's in the off position. So I'm getting ready to disconnect that and hook my line up to it. And now I have disconnected from my plug holder that's connected to the frame up there. And there's my connection and the valve. Go ahead and open the valve up. And no oil has started yet, but that's a really skinny line. That's why we've got to put a vacuum on it. Plus, I don't have the oil filter out. Oop, there, it's starting to bleed through. Look at that. Oil coming out of the car. Anyway, we'll be right back. All right, here's our next step is I always take a bunch of this pig blanket. Product placement, pig blanket. And put it around here, because one thing I hate is to just get oil dripping all over the place out of this thing. So I get my blanket in there, which also helps keep some of those wires out of the way. Get this one down on this side. So now I've got some coverage in case I spill anything. The other thing is, never throw those cottage cheese containers away. That I keep these around. So when I pop this thing open, I can just transfer it from here to there with minimal oil leakage. Oh, here's my other product placement. Thank you, Terry Adams. This has been my favorite wrench for going on, gosh darn, almost 30 years now. Oh. And here we go. Taking the oil filter cap off. And here comes my oil filter. And right into the little cup with minimal drippage. Now we're going to get the vacuum pump going and suck the rest of the oil out of this doggone machine. Be back in a second. All right, here we go. Getting ready to crank the pump up. I've got the valve all the way open. So building up vacuum. It's starting to suck it out already. You can see it moving. And when I close my valve up here, it'll put more vacuum pressure to the tank. It'll really start moving. And we're going to let it run like that for a while until I start getting bubbles in here, which means I'm empty. But during that period of time, I'm going to get me a can of Armor All and a vacuum cleaner and clean the darn thing out. Alrighty. Be back shortly. Okay, and this is how I know that I got all the oil out. I start getting bubbles like that. I'm empty. I haven't put new oil in.